Hey, it's another supplemental installment here to be inserted directly into your brainus. We've watched all of the INN newscasts, and that's pretty cool. But you might have noticed in, I think it was the first episode or the second episode when I was trying to save, that I pulled up the files biochip instead of the interface where you actually do save. So what are the files? What's on this biochip? Well, it's kind of a database sort of situation where you can go and do more extra research and sorts of things. So some of this overlaps. There's a couple that kind of do, but they're a little bit different, it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and read all of them here. They're not too long. And then we'll get into the stuff that I know for sure does not overlap. So here's what we have on the technology so far, which is the Pegasus. So the world's first time machine, known as Pegasus, was the brainchild of part-time historian and full-time physicist Elliot Sinclair. In 2311, after seeing Sinclair's time-bending experiments, the government contracted him to build a full-scale operational time machine. The purpose of this device was to explore our past, as well as to discover the truth behind many disputed historical events. Just 4 years after the project was begun, the world's first time machine underwent its first test run. And the jumpsuit, which is what we're wearing, of course. As had been expected, Earth's incorporation into the symbiotree of peaceful beings brought with it astounding advances in technology. These advances aided the TSA in developing the next generation of time machines. The Time Displacement Unit, or Jumpsuit, incorporates an entire time machine into a mobile, self-contained suit. The greatest advantage of the Jumpsuit is that it can forge its own null time tunnel from one location to another, eliminating the need to return to the present between jumps. This new technology rendered Pegasus obsolete, and in August of 2325, the time machine was dismantled. Its huge generator was destroyed, and the smaller core elements put into a storage location known only to the agents of the Temporal Security Agency. Just as a quick reminder, Pegasus was the time machine you use in Journeyman Project 1. It's the size of a whole room, and you have to sit in a pod to use it. Now, regarding the TSA, the founding of it. The test run would be the first and last time that Pegasus would be used for research purposes. Due to mounting concern by government officials that such a device could lead to the accidental permutation of history, the project was discontinued. Sinclair was forbidden to ever work on time distortion projects again, and with the illicit construction of time travel devices now being a very real threat, the government secretly set up the Temporal Security Agency as a means to safeguard history from sabotage. The divisions of the TSA. Along with the development of the Time Displacement Unit came a rethinking and restructuring of the Temporal Security Agency. Gone were the days of historical security relying entirely on one agent using one machine. Now, multiple agents had the freedom to move through time at will, and several years had gone by without incident, changing the prevailing opinion on the danger of time travel technology. In 2327, the decision was made to expand the Temporal Security Annex to include a historical research team. This team, self-dubbed the Deep Time Unit, is comprised of 4 individuals who are each responsible for researching and recording various periods of history. So this is stuff, like I said, it kind of overlaps with the INN newscasts, but we also have the agent dossiers. So I mentioned earlier in some other videos that it was split into research and, I guess, protectorate, right? Or enforcement. So the security is that protectorate kind of side, and so these are all the folks that are part of that. So we have Gail Yakamura, Agent 1. She's active. Good for her. Here's her profile. So she graduated with honors from Oxford University. That's cool. She graduated Special Forces training. She's employed as a criminal psychologist. She completed training in jiu-jitsu and transferred to Temporal Protectorate. She likes cooking, 23rd century holoflex, classical music, and net debates. Cool. Neil Getty is some guy. These people are all younger than me, which makes me wonder what I'm doing with my life. He earned a black belt in karate, graduated high school, whatever. Well, let's go with the interests. He likes baseball, the Three Stooges, and 20th century rock. I bet he listens to Gino Andrews. Oh man, I just have a fond remembrance for that guy. Alan Carver, who looks like kind of like Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber. He likes poetry, science fiction, anthropology, skiing, tennis, and sailing. Yay. Did you see this, though? He has a, look at this, a master's degree in cultural anthropology. There's some extra spaces in there too, but you'd think that he would be part of the research team, but I guess not. Celine Flores, is that how you say it? Flores. She likes rock climbing, river rafting, impressionist painting. And she did go to Colorado. Look at that. I'm going to try and connect Colorado somehow, since I was saying that's how I thought we lived at, but we don't. Marcus Warner. He looks like a happy guy. He's 30. He likes photography, classical music, cooking, scuba diving. Yay. Vladik Yasignova. Is that how you say it? Yasignova. Yasignova? Vladik Yasignova. Also younger than me. He got a gold star. Golden star. I before E, except after C. I don't know. He likes skiing, surfing, 21st century fusion grunge, and politics. You know what's funny is actually that's the kind of music that I'm trying to write. Maybe not, I don't know if I call it that, but imagine grunge mixed with neoclassical metal. So there's, I guess it could be fusion, right? No, there's a different designation or definition for fusion. I don't know. It's like Smashing Pumpkins with Children of Bodom solos, right? Whatever. It's tough, but it's cool. Research unit. This is our team. We have Michelle Vissard. She's Agent 3. Oh, she's my age. How about that? So she knows black belt. She knows karate and has a black belt and stuff too. She had a magnum cum, so that's really impressive. She likes gravball, symbiotry affairs, and existentialist literature. I also like existentialist literature. I studied that in college. It was fun and cool. So we have our 4 historical mission locations, and she also has 4 historical mission locations. So she has well, everybody says Auschwitz, but Auschwitz, right? Hiroshima terrorist massacres, and the Appomattox courthouse. I can't pronounce it, but that's from like the Civil War, right? Appomattox. I think that's the Civil War era. It's that era, if it's not. Gage Blackwood, us, yes, best boy. So we head up the Deep Time unit. Oh, we were on the Temporal Protectorate. That must have been from, yep, 2318, which was when Journeyman 1 started, or was going on, was over there. So we like classic science fiction, history, abstract art, and Journeyman collectibles, because it's a movie about us. Our missions, of course, are Chichen Itza, Chateau Gad, Da Vinci Studio, and the Farnstein Lab. I don't know if you noticed it, but in the INN broadcasts, the guy in there said Farnstein, and Arthur says Farnstein. I'd go with Arthur since he lived there. Tamara Walsh, and she is kind of cute. But receptionist at the World Science Center, that's cool. And then she's in the Deep Time unit, so she likes politics, historical museums, good type of museum, 19th century literature, and mysteries. Yeah. And the jumpsuit overview. Is this... Oh, I was going to say, is this the same as the definition? But it's not. This is what we have for this. The Time Displacement Unit, more commonly known as the jumpsuit, is the temporal security agent's mode of time travel. Each of the TSA's 10 jumpsuits have been coded specifically to the DNA of the agent to which it has been assigned, and cannot be used by anyone other than the assignee. Unauthorized tampering with the suit will result in the self-destruction of its neurocircuitry. Though the jumpsuit offers freedom of travel, it does not provide the agent with much protection. For this reason, it has been equipped with cloaking technology that renders it invisible to onlookers. This feature is vital to the members of the Deep Time unit, who must exercise extreme discretion while researching the past. However, as moving destroys the illusion of invisibility, the suit's navigation buttons are disabled while it is cloaked. Do you suppose they're driving this thing with like a little joystick? I'd imagine they're actually walking, probably, but... The jumpsuit has also been equipped with an oxygen rebreather and compressed air supplier for environments with little or no oxygen. This reserve immediately refills when the agent returns to an oxygenated environment. The final significant feature of the jumpsuit is a temporal pocket. Items collected by an agent are stored in this pocket, which is actually a null space void, basically a bag of holding. When placed in the void, objects take up no space and are not a burden to the agent. Such items can be easily retrieved by just dragging their inventory display icons into the main view window. That's cool. I was going to say something else. All right, the neurocircuitry. Do you suppose this is like Shadowrun? They need to have these little jacks in the back of their head? Because I haven't seen anything like that. Like when, in the beginning when Gage, future Gage came back and whatever, I didn't see anything like that. And that's it. We've watched all of the little messages from our answering machine. We've got all of the broadcasts. That is all of the extra information I have to offer you for supplemental information for this game. So now that you are equipped with everything that the game has for background, I hope it gives you a deeper understanding of the story, wherever you're at in it, and the game itself. Enjoy!